It's finally happened as one of the Sharks' top prospects, Luca Cagnoni, who has been dominating the AHL as a defenseman, has officially been called up to the main squad, and this has big implications moving forward for not only the Sharks themselves, but the entire Sharks D-Corps and Luca Cagnoni's development. And if you haven't been keeping track of just what he's been doing in the AHL, we got some mind-blowing stats and other things to show you, just to show how good this 2023 draft was for San Jose and how underrated I think Luca Cagnoni has been by some other fan bases, if they even know who he is. We got a bunch of stuff to break down on this episode of Sharks Digest. But before we get into it, a quick reminder, March Madness is starting, and we have a huge giveaway. If you want a chance to win a bunch of prizes completely for free, check this out right here. We are pumped to be launching a March Madness bracket for the channel. We've partnered with the Hot Takes app and other Digest Media channels for this event. It's completely free to sign up. Just download the Hot Takes app, click the March Madness banner at the top, and under Groups, select Digest Media Pool. This is super exciting as there's over $25,000 in prizes to be won. And since there's a much smaller pool than normal bracket challenges, there's a real chance you can win big. So check out the link below or scan the QR code to download the app, and make sure you use the code DIGEST, all caps DIGEST, when you sign up. You'll get exclusive perks when you join if you do that, guys. This is amazing. The main event round starts on March 16th, so get in quickly, get in now. If you have any trouble, any questions about signing up, email us. The email will be left down below. Thank you to Hot Takes for partnering with us on this amazing competition. All right, let's get right into this. There is so much we got to talk about on the front of Luca Cagnoni. Let's jump straight in. The Sharks have recalled Luca Cagnoni from the Barracuda. And honestly, I read this and I couldn't stop smiling. And look, I saw the replies in Twitter or X or whatever as well. So many of you couldn't stop smiling as well. And look, San Jose Sharks PR, we're getting right into the hard-hitting stuff. Like, if you haven't been following Luca Cagnoni, you really should be, because not only is he putting up some highlight reel plays this year, look at this little dangle. I mean, technically an assist, but insane right there. I only got a couple clips here. That's such a sick shot. He currently leads all AHL skaters in power play points. This is per San Jose Sharks PR, as you can see here. He's second among league defensemen in scoring and paces rookie defensemen in points and goals, tied in goals. And this, to me, is absolutely unbelievable. I'll show you Cagnoni's stats on his own. The Burnaby, BC native, of course, just turned 20 recently in December, so he's still quite young. And look, if you've been following Cagnoni, you've been following the Sharks prospect, you'll know that his season last year with the Portland Winterhawks was basically historic. Like, his point totals for a defenseman, I forget exactly what it was, but it was like one of the highest ever, at least the highest in a certain amount of time. He was unbelievable. Again, a point per game in their playoff run. So Cagnoni has always had that talent. Why did he fall to the fourth round? Well, you know, small and concerns with defensive game. That's kind of what you always hear, right? You always hear defensemen who are not over 6 feet tall, defensive concerns, and they're small will to play at the NHL level. But I gotta feel like, look, now more than ever, smaller defensemen are making an impact at the NHL level. Like, we sometimes forget that Jared Spurgeon is, 5'9", 5'10" on a good day, and he's the captain of the Minnesota Wild. Lane Hudson has a good chance at fighting Macklin Celebrini for the Rookie of the Year this year. Probably still going to be Celebrini, but Lane Hudson's having a great season as a small defenseman. Now, his game isn't exactly parallel with Luca Cagnoni, but Cagnoni shows that creative ability, that ability to score 13 goals in 56 games as a rookie AHL defenseman at the age of 20 years old, who's 5'10" on a good day, is nuts. Like, that is actually crazy. And if I show you the overall defenseman scoring in the AHL, like, look, we got Tristan Luneau there, who has 42 points as well as a defenseman, as a 20-year-old defenseman. Cagnoni's at 47. And the next player that's 20 years old is all the way down at 26. Cagnoni is pacing the competition. Not only that, like, his goals at this age is crazy. You can see here, in the entire top 10 for defensemen scoring in the AHL, no matter the age, Cagnoni is tied for second in goals among the top 10 point getters. Jacob McDonald, 24 goals, whatever. 31-year-old veteran, but it's Cagnoni who stands out among everyone else. If I showed this list to pretty much any hockey fan, any NHL fan, you'd point out, wow, like, Cagnoni and Luneau are very young compared to everyone else here. You know, you got Scott Morrow as well, but like, you got them right at the top. Cagnoni second in all defensemen scoring, only 1 point back in the lead, and he has like over double the goals to Luneau. crazy, crazy stuff. But like, it doesn't even stop there. When we look at the Sharks moving forward, we talked yesterday in a video about Sam Dickinson and a look towards the draft and how Matthew Schaefer is looking to be one of these guys the Sharks should go and target, right? And I think that makes a lot of sense because right now this decor just isn't it. Like, this is not it. Most of these guys won't be here in the Sharks contention window in a few years' time, whenever that ends up coming. But look, we know Dickinson is looking to be an absolute stud. The dude is putting up insane numbers in the OHL. We talked about that yesterday. Go check out yesterday's video. Schaefer in the draft would be great, but still, there's no guarantee the Sharks get the first overall pick. It's a 25.5% chance as of the recording of this video, and probably will stay that way, although there's some, like the Blackhawks, we don't know how bad they'll be down the stretch. But that's off topic. What I want to talk about is how Cagnoni can fit into this current decor. Now, I know another thing is he shoots left as well. Like, there's a lot of left-hand shots here. We got Cagnoni, we got Sam Dickinson, we got Luca Cagnoni, and it's like, okay, we still have obviously Ferraro and Vlasic for another year before. I mean, maybe he'll retire. I don't really know what's going on with Vlasic, but it's still nice to have him around. The money maybe not so nice, but look, I have personally a bit of a soft spot for Vlasic. I imagine a lot of you guys do too, but some of you maybe want him off the team. Whatever. Again, off topic. I gotta stop. But the left-hand shot on D, that's where, we do have some young guys, like I said, in Mook, in Dickinson, and now in Cagnoni. But come the future, some of these guys are going to end up playing some of the right side, like we're seeing Luca Cagnoni do already. And a guy like Cagnoni, we don't need him to be a top 4 guy. That would just be gravy if he turned into a top 4 defenseman. We just need him to be a solid player. Not even need. It would just be amazing if he turned into a solid player. And right now, he's doing beyond solid things in the AHL. Again, that defenseman scoring is bonkers. I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but I almost can't get over it, Like, I know he's small. I know there's, a lot of Sharks insiders and people close to the team. Like, yeah, there's some defensive things he needs to work on. And I can't necessarily disagree, but when you're pulling off moves like this, even at your height, honestly, it's even more impressive as a rookie defenseman to pull these moves off at your height in the AHL in a more physical league, in a league that a lot of people, like, look, last year when we were talking about Cagnoni, we were saying, look, let's wait and see what he does against adults in a more physical league like the AHL, right? What's going to happen? What happened? Well, he's not putting up 90 points in 65 games, but what he is doing is lapping every other rookie defenseman in the AHL, up there with the top scoring defenseman in total as a rookie in the AHL and a 4th round pick. And not the Wallman thing. I want to just highlight how good this 2023 draft was. You look at the top, Will Smith, already contributing to the San Jose Sharks, and he's going to be such a huge part of the Sharks' future. There's no doubt about that. The dude is an absolute stud right now. 35 points in 60 games. Quentin Musty, talked about him a bunch. Don't know exactly where he ranks. I know a lot of fans have him, like, some of them have him quite high up in their total Sharks prospect ranking. Some have him a little lower down. We still have guys like Askarov. Do you consider Smith still a prospect? Do you consider Celebrini a prospect? If you do, they're going to be higher. I maybe wouldn't. I don't know. There's like, you got Dickinson, of course, Askarov, who are non-NHL prospects, and Musty's right there with them. He's been putting up insane numbers as well. So he's been amazing. It's yet to be seen on some of these other guys, but even then, you got Luca Cagnoni there as that 4th round pick. And again, people like underestimating the short guys. We saw it with, look, the notable cases in the last few years, the Hudson brothers, right? Lane Hudson went in the 2nd round. And the same thing's not going to happen with Cole Hudson, right? Cole Hudson went way later than his skill would suggest. And what's he doing? He's absolutely tearing it up right now at Boston University. So Luca Cagnoni, I'm super hyped about this. I know you guys are super hyped about this. I don't expect him to come in and be like a point per game player for the Sharks or anything, but I want to see what he can do. I want to see his shiftiness. I want to see his skating, his shooting, his everything he can bring to the NHL squad, and kind of do a little bit of a tryout before next year's training camp to show, like, hey, I belong with these other big names in your prospect pool. I am a good defensive player. Well, maybe that's something he can work on in the NHL, but I'm a good defenseman, I should say. I'm a great scoring threat. I could maybe fight for some power play time in the future if all things go right. Maybe I'll hold the horses on that front, but I'm just so hyped about Luca Cagnoni. Leave your thoughts down below on him and everything to do with this call-up, because that'll do it for this episode of Sharks Digest. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Oh, I'm so excited for the future, aren't you? I'm your host, Josh Gosse. I'll catch you in the next one.